Hi, everyone. Welcome to the last session of the day. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you all have had a good open house and learned a lot. I've still got people joining me, so sorry if I get interrupted, but it's been so nice getting to meet some of you, talk to you one-on-one. I know I've seen some names from previous sessions of mine earlier this year, so thanks for coming back and just glad to have everyone. This is going to be very quick, but since we're not on campus, I just wanted to give everyone an opportunity to see the School of Nursing and to highlight some of our kind of key areas. So I'm going to share my screen and just walk you through our building. The Office of Undergraduate Admissions also has a really great campus tour if you're interested in, what general Emory campus looks like. So I'm just going to show you the School of Nursing. Okay, here we go. So this is our beautiful building. It is located on the Atlanta campus, and it's really a good location. We are about 15 minutes away from almost everything in Atlanta, but it's enough far away out of the city, the actual downtown Midtown city, that it feels like a campus. It's a lot of green space. It's about 1.5 miles from end to end, so it's very, very walkable. We are right next to Rollins School of Public Health, which we love because we also have a partnership with them. We do an MPH and MSN dual degree with our friends at the School of Public Health. And they also have something called the Rollins Cafe, which is a Starbucks, a lunch line, some grab and go items. And so for our students on campus who are spending a lot of time in this one building, it's nice to be able to go next door, grab some caffeine and come right back. So if you're in one of my sessions or another session about pre-licensure programs, most of those students will spend about 2 days on campus. And again, all their classes are in this one building. So you get to know pretty well. All right. So this entrance that you're seeing right here, we call our Plaza entrance because this is the Plaza level. And that's what you'll see here. The Plaza lobby is really the hub of the School of Nursing. And so, oh, it skipped ahead. Got to go back to the Plaza lobby. So as I said, this is really the hub of the School of Nursing. This is that entrance that you were just seeing. And the first office you see when you walk in is our office, the Office of Enrollment and Student Affairs. So if you ever come visit Emory School of Nursing, make sure to pop in and say hi. We're there first because we usually have the answers. And if we don't have the answers, we definitely know who to direct you to. So that's our office. Right over here is a portrait of our namesake, Nell. And just a quick history in case you didn't get it from anyone else. Nell Hudson Woodruff is our namesake. She was the wife of Robert Woodruff, who was the former CEO of Coca-Cola. He attended Emory University for a whole semester, one semester. So we consider him an alum, of course. But he remained connected to Emory throughout his lifetime. And his wife, Nell, was in nursing school before they got married in 1912. She continued to be a nurse volunteer in both World War I and World War II, and then later as a nurse volunteer at Emory University Hospital, where she helped with the birthing process of 30 of her family members. So we've also got this really cool family tree of all of the different family members where Nell was there for their deliveries. So she's our namesake. We don't say her name enough probably because it's long, but what comes with that is a really fun tradition actually that we call the Coke Toast. And this happens at both the School of Nursing because of our direct connection and at Emory University on the quad at graduation. And it's just where we're toasting to our students' success inside of Emory at orientation and then outside of Emory. So I'm going to play this very quick clip for you of one of our School of Nursing Coke toasts because it's such a fun tradition. So obviously that was before COVID. I hope we have one big Coke toast when we all come back to campus. But again, it's just a fun connection to that Woodruff name. Okay. Other areas of the Plaza lobby, along this back wall, you may see this lettering here. This is actually the entrance to the simulation lab, which I'll show you in a second, but it currently spans the entire back part of the building from end to end. We have some elevators here, some stairs that go up the center of the building. It's a 4-story building. Behind these doors, we have a student lounge. There is a refrigerator, some vending machines, places for students to study. And then down this hallway, we have our largest class, which is the auditorium. And then you can see the edges of some student lockers here. So because students sometimes, come to simulations and want to change their clothes or leave books in the locker, what have you, we do have some lockers here. Another event other than the Coke Toast that takes place in the Plaza lobby is our career fair. We have at least one per semester, so 3 throughout the year. Again, if you didn't hear it from anyone else, we have a career resource officer specific to the School of Nursing, and the connections that he forms with recruiters across the country are just incredible. Once a system has one Emory student, they want more. And so we have people coming from Seattle Children's Hospital, Northwestern, UC Davis, NYU Langone, all over the country to recruit our students. But of course, we also have our Atlanta area staples. So this is just a resource that you'll get through Emory Nursing, and definitely something that you'll want to attend if you come to the school. All right, so moving on to the simulation lab, and I'm actually going to open, my chat isn't open, but now it is. So if y'all have any questions as I go, shout them out, but just wanted to give you an overview of some of our spaces, as I mentioned. So simulation learning is a huge part of nursing education. Hopefully you heard from some of our students about their simulation and their clinical experiences, but simulation is really where students are practicing the skills that they are going to use on patients in a direct patient setting, and practicing the skills that they're learning about in their classes. So we have a whole range of simulation models, as we call them. This one is just a white male adult model, but we also have babies. We have a full NICU simulation space. So you can see here, this is one of our NICU models. So we have all age ranges, we have all races. We really want to make sure that our students are getting whatever experiences in simulation that they may experience in clinical. So really, really high-tech stuff. I'm not a nurse, but I have been to these simulations, and it is so interesting to see how our students are responding on the spot, because in addition to practicing skills, they're also practicing critical thinking. And you can see here that the students are really in the space by themselves. We have two-way mirrors in almost all of these, and audiovisual equipment. So our faculty really step behind the scenes, they're pulling the strings, and our students are responding, making decisions, practicing skills. So again, huge part of the education, and definitely, something that we try to stay up to date on as well. Okay, I will pause. Any questions so far? I've been talking so long today, y'all. So just let me know in the chat or unmute yourself.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Are any of the simulations filmed so we could watch it back and debrief on it?
There actually is one from Admitted Students Day where we did a simulation of a mother giving birth. So I'm happy to also add that to our open house playlist. We're going to have a YouTube playlist of all of the recorded videos from the day. And you can check it out there if that's of interest to you.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hello. Hi, I have a question.
Mhm.
This is Christopher from the Bahamas.
Okay.
I have a background. Actually, I'm a graduate nurse, essentially just one semester away from completing the BSN.
Mhm.
And I also have a history, 3 years as a patient care technician in an emergency room setting. So I'm happy to hear about the simulation lab because from my experience, it's been a great way to learn actually as you do. And so I'm looking forward to getting over there so that I can continue my program. I'm doing the matriculation process for the Emory Master's program. So thank you once again for the information.
Yeah, great. You're welcome. And we do have some of our graduate level simulations are in person as well. So for our students who are um, going on to become nurse practitioners, they have some role playing. We have disaster simulations. We've got, water dripping and lights out. So again, we try and emulate whatever our students will experience.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, well, these are some of our classroom spaces. This is one of our advanced practice classes. So it is a smaller class size once our students get to that level. Most of our pre-licensure students are going to be spending a lot of their time in lecture courses in a classroom like this one. Classes like pharmacology, pathophysiology that you're taking with the full class. But again, some of the classes are smaller. This is an elective course. So our students also have the opportunity at any level to take electives, and it just depends what they're interested in, whether that be nursing legislation, forensic nursing, nurse leadership, etc. So I don't really think anyone chooses a school based on classroom space, but you spend a lot of time there, so it is important to see. Hopefully someone talked to you about the Lillian Carter Center for Global Health and Social Responsibility. So I won't spend too much time here, but these are some of our students in Moultrie, Georgia, which is South Georgia. And they are set up outside of the fields where migrant farm workers were working. At night, they're providing a lot of episodic care to those farm workers. And that's just one of the trips that our students could experience as an optional part of their education. So definitely something to look into if you're interested in more global work. We wanted to mention some of our partners in this tour. Sorry for my squeaky chair. I don't know if y'all can hear that. But of course, the CDC is not a clinical partner. So that means our students are not going and doing their clinical experiences at the CDC. They're not training to become nurses there. However, we literally share a road with the CDC at the School of Nursing. Our employees park right next to each other. We are right next to the CDC. And so with that, at Emory comes a great partnership and with the School of Nursing. So they've been invaluable in our response to COVID. But even in normal circumstances, the CDC has a lot of our alumni who go to that MSN MPH dual degree. So we have panelists in our classes. We have people who come and guest lecture in some of those electives. And there are plenty of kind of networking opportunities with CDC employees that we are able to offer our students. Another great partner is Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. We are contracted with all of their various settings, both clinical and hospital. And then finally, Emory Healthcare, of course. This is actually on campus. So this is the Emory University Hospital. It's less than half of a mile away from the School of Nursing. So if you're someone who wants to do a clinical really close to the school, we definitely have options. There's also a children's healthcare hospital called Eggleston, which is where these nurse practitioners are, and that is also on Emory campus. So definitely some close by, strong partnerships. Any other questions so far?
I have a question about the Emory program. And what I'd like to know is whether or not the students are allowed to get experience within your healthcare system while we're doing the master's program.
Yeah, so our students are, for the in Emory program, all of their clinicals are done in Emory healthcare systems. And then they also have the opportunity to participate in the in Emory nurse extern program and have jobs as nurse techs while they are working or while they're doing their education.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Someone in the chat asked, how long is the service learning experience again? They are between 7 to 10 days, just depending on which trip you're going on and what time of year, but 7 to 10 days. Okay. Great. So this next stop is not within the School of Nursing itself either, but this is the Emory Student Center. It's about a 5-minute walk away from the School of Nursing. It opened in 2019, and unfortunately, I don't think we had a whole lot of time to take advantage of it before everything went virtual, but it is just a beautiful building and a great resource. So we want to make sure to highlight it because our students at the School of Nursing are able to benefit from not just School of Nursing resources, but any Emory University resource as well. So this is another angle of the back of this building, again, constructed in 2019. There's a lot of relaxation spaces, as you can see, some foosball, tons of study spaces. They didn't take pictures of them, but there are, nap pods or just pods where you can really focus. So we at the School of Nursing, before this opened, had students studying like crazy in our building, which was still great. We do make sure to have study spaces for them, but I just think it's going to be a game changer when we get back to campus, that people will have this huge, beautiful space to go hang out with their study groups, take a break if they need to. There's a huge dining hall in this building. We have several dining halls across campus. A lot of our second degree students don't choose to enroll in a dining program, but of course our undergraduate students usually do. All of the dining hall options, you're able to pay a la carte as well. So you can just go for lunch one day if you need to, but really, really cool dining hall in this center because there are different stations and everything. This was just a party we threw before the pandemic. Here's an overhead shot of the lounge, so you can see a little bit more clearly some of those hangout spaces. These conference centers are what I'm excited for our students, because this little screen pad here is actually a pad on the outside of the door where students can schedule and reserve these conference rooms. So you can see you've got technology in there, you have a very private space to meet with your study group, and just really can't wait. Okay, some more outside pictures. And then we have another coffee house in the student center. I think we're up to 4 on campus. So if you need coffee, we got you. Okay, so that's the Student Learning Center. Also, right outside of the School of Nursing is the Woodruff Health Sciences Center Library. We have another larger library across campus on the quad, and it's usually for more of our undergraduate population, but the Woodruff Health Sciences Center Library is shared amongst the School of Nursing, the School of Public Health, and the School of Medicine. So that's where you'll see a lot of all 3 of those school students in here studying. There's technology in here, printers, computers, etc. And then we also have an Emory Writing Center on campus, and they often meet with our students in this library. So very knowledgeable staff here as well. If you're doing research for your classes, they always know how to help you and make sure that you have what you need. This is just a slide about my office, the Office of Enrollment and Student Affairs. If you had a chance to see our student panels or talk to any of our current students, they are part of our Student Ambassador program, which I run. So they are wonderful. They love to give back and help people and prospective students. So if you didn't get a chance to speak with one of our student ambassadors, I just want to show you guys our Student Ambassador website as well. So you can go to this website. It's linked on our main page and reach out to any of these student ambassadors. We have pre-licensure ambassadors and then advanced practice ambassadors as well. Okay. Some other resources that we offer through the Office of Enrollment and Student Affairs, because we want to make sure that our students are supported, not just academically, but personally as well. Academically, we offer free peer tutoring for all of our degree seeking students. So this is a huge resource that I always encourage people to take advantage of. The tutoring sessions are an hour once per week, and they can happen in person or through distance. And then we also have connections across campus to all of the mental health resources that Emory University has to offer. This is a cute picture of one of their therapy dogs that we bring to the School of Nursing. But there are so many things. There are support groups, there's one-on-one sessions, there are office hours if you have an emergency and need to drop in. So we help coordinate all of that within the School of Nursing as well. Again, try and make sure you're supported.
People have been there so long, they really don't care. There's one group of people like that. They've been in so long.
I don't know who's unmuted. I'll try and.
They really just don't care. Two,
okay. Couldn't find you before you found yourself, but okay, great. And then last but not least, I told you guys this was just going to be a very quick run through so you could see some spaces, but we are in the process of renovating a 70,000 square foot area of a building in downtown Decatur. If you're familiar with the Atlanta area, you may know that it's about a 10-minute drive from the School of Nursing, but we've just outgrown our simulation space because it's such an important part of the education and you have to keep up to date with the technology. So this is going to be our Emory Nursing Learning Center. And we're going to house all of our simulation equipment here. We will have some classroom space, but this is still in progress. So this will be fully open in June of 2022. So hopefully by the time some of y'all are starting, you'll be able to use these resources out here. There is a shuttle that runs from Emory to this building. This is the other side. There's actually a little brunch place underneath this building. Downtown Decatur is really, really cute. Lots of things going on. So it'll be cool to get over there. But these are all just renderings. So this is a rendering of a classroom space. This is a rendering of one of our simulation spaces. We're very excited to have an OR simulation space that will be brand new to us. But this is what most of them will look like, where you have the simulations on one side of a two-way mirror, and then your faculty and sim people back here, again, running the simulations, observing, etc. We'll also have a full skills lab. For those of you who aren't already familiar with nursing, this is where students are practicing one set skill instead of running through a whole scenario. So for instance, putting in an IV, taking vitals, etc. And this building that we're renovating is actually an old bank building. It was the Wells Fargo. So the skills lab is in the vault. We couldn't take the vault out. So that's just a fun little feature. And then this is the entrance and the auditorium for this space. So again, this is opening June of 2022. We can't wait. Hopefully, if you come to Emory, you'll get to experience it. Okay, but that's it. So I'll stop sharing my screen. I have a few minutes for questions. I see someone asked, what's the most challenging part when doing traditional BSN? That's a great question for our students. I've heard a lot of different answers from a particular class to the emotional toll of clinicals. But I do encourage you to reach out to one of our students through that webpage, which I will put in the chat. Any other questions before we wrap up open house today?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. I don't know what happened today. This is the only one that I was able to actually get into. I don't know why. I did everything that I watched the video. I signed up for everything. I don't know what happened. So I think I heard you say that we could review them again.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know when?
Yeah, so by the end of this week, we will send out a
Okay.
follow-up email to everyone with the full playlist of every video that we had from today.
Okay. I'm interested in the distant acceleration BSN.
Mhm.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? I know you said you only have a few minutes, but just I'm thinking about doing the application and all of that good stuff. So I just wanted to
Sure.
get a little bit of information. Thank you. And I'm Tanya Gaddis.
Okay. Not on this call. I'm sorry, but we only have 5 minutes left. But
Right.
if you want to email me, we can set up a one-on-one appointment, and I'm happy to talk to you
Okay.
about it.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. And my name is Megan Lennox. Let's see. I don't know where my chat went, but Tanya Gaddis, I'll reach out to you.
Okay.
All right.
I have one quick question also.
Thank you.
Do you guys offer, so for example, I already am a nurse practitioner, an acute care nurse practitioner. And I was wondering, do you guys offer a certificate program? So for example, if somebody wanted to do the family program, but you already work as a nurse practitioner, how does that work?
We do. So we have postmaster's certificates that you can apply for. They start in the fall of each year. And the plan of study is created by the faculty in that program, depending on your previous experience. But on average, students take about 2 semesters to complete a certificate.
Thank you. I couldn't find a link to that particular thing when I was checking the website. Is there someone I should email to find out more information about that?
You can also email me. I do know when we migrated to our new website, that information didn't make it over, but I'm happy to send you some more information about that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is your email in the chat?
I was trying to find my chat. Hold on. I don't know where it went. Okay, here it is. Okay. Megan.lennox@emory.edu.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And is this Jamez?
It's Jamise.
Jamise. Okay. I'll write your name down as well just to follow up.
Okay.
But anyone on this,
my email in the chat as well, if that would be helpful to you.
Sure. Anyone on this call, if you have any questions, I have knowledge about all the programs. I work with every population. So please just let me know. And then, I'm happy to either answer your question or direct you to someone else if I